Hey, you never know. You can't limit yourself. You can't put yourself into a box like that, Fi. We got ourselves a pistol, though. We'll see what they can bring to the table. Oh, went straight through the smoke. Why not there? Wolffe heads down early and finds himself onto Jason. We just have Dia hanging about here and towards the red room right now. Chase is gonna be good here. He has a perfect little lineup, but oh, Seb has one for him instead. There's a chance in this retake just opening up.
So now peeping. Back of the site. Playing the off angle. Headshot for the first and probably the next here. As then Cyrix will eventually get traded out. It's literally with the triple kill coming out of A main. That's a pistol round here for the Fluffy AIMERS. So, I mean, coming into this one, Fluffy AIMERS, you know, they have this running start here in ECL playoffs, but now they're playing up against Unjustified. Like, in theory, on paper, just based on regular season results, Unjustified should run through this team. But, all things said, Unjustified, they've shown a bit of weakness as of late.
This, I mean, again, like you mentioned here, it is kind of a story of Fluffy AIMERS doing some good work there in their playoff match. Unjustified coming into this one feeling a little bit downtrodden, maybe. You're also looking at a tough event for Fragakaga, a roster that expected to do some good work there. Made it a nice deep run, but struggled in the finals there versus Badass. They've been struggling there, obviously, versus Party Astronauts. Versus individuals like sacrificeee. And so, have to turn things around in the lower bracket. Not where they want to start things off, but position that they find themselves in.
Yeah, we'll have to see how these like gun rounds really pan out, but the overall sentiment here for Unjustified is they should be able to take care of business versus the Fluffy AIMERS and convert upon a successful season, like maybe top 6. You know, there always is that moment where you do start second-guessing yourself and, you know, are we really this good? And so, we'll see. The gun rounds will kind of decide if that storyline range true or not. Because, you know, there are a bunch of interviews coming through, and and I even talked to Arcade personally. He was he's from my area, back in SoCal. I talked to him, and he's just like, you know, we were definitely not expecting to even do as well as we did, is really what he was talking about. And, you know, does that set in now that you're in playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you talk about the newness in CS2, it can feel a little bit, I would guess, inconsistent when it comes to some of the, the victories that we saw in the beginning of the season, right? Because obviously this game has gone through so many changes, so it's a good point there, especially when you don't know what's going so right for you when you're getting these early victories in the regular season. See if that is showing up now that we've got some more time underneath our belt here. Arcade dancing in the flames a little bit. We get caught by it. Dia got a swing for the fences there. It's actually a quick kill on the Lake, but Arcade at least able to equalize.
Yeah, but definitely not what they wanted out of that situation. Like, Lake saw the smoke broken open. I'm sure he's lured forward into the fight. But Fluffy AIMERS have had strong individuals all across the board so far, and Dia will open up. So we'll Justified have to spread out across the map, but it's more of a gamble towards the A side here in this mid round. But I don't think there's going to be any commitment from Fluffy AIMERS. They're going to play this one a bit patient.
Very composed default here, rolling on out. Not getting too aggressive here, and also honestly shaking up the setup of Unjustified here. Just 3 players working in a fluid motion between Cyrix, Seb, and Wolffe. Last ditch effort here. It looks like the end goal is going to walk into where this stack is set up here, so it is Unjustified even in a 4v4, still set up in a good position to deal with this pressure. They smoke for the long and short side, though. If they have both of those down, will kind of nullify some of these defenders, though.
Yep, smoke and then the molly to follow up. And so this will just be perfect site control. Locked out, unjustified. Seconds tick down. Peeping's gonna run through it though with the flashbang. Oh man, there's one. Maybe even the triple kill there as he takes Cyrix with him as well. And this should just call in a save. Really cool play there. Last thing you expect with 10 seconds on the clock.
So quick right there on the reactions. They're still going to make this a retake effort, though. They don't have any kits.
Barrel spotted. No kits. Well, it doesn't even matter. It's just RK torn between multiple different players, and Zeb only good for the one to be finished off by Sacrifice, who is going to start off this game deathless. There was a certain point where he was 16-1 versus his opposition in Take Flight yesterday on this map. And Fluffy AIMERS still feeling in the zone.
That they are. Maybe you don't need a Sacrifice to have the same level of performance. Can just have that spread there. But PB looking very strong in the opening stages of this game so far. 5 and 3 for him. Getting super aggressive, diving through smokes. We already mentioned yesterday, Learcy been playing super well in playoffs so far. Of course.
Guys, that's like... you can't even blame the players, man.
Wasn't that part of the updates there? They're fixing some grenade clippings. Just not all of them. Ancient has some really awkward clippings, I feel like, still.
Yeah.
We saw it yesterday with a smoke towards cave, actually, and it just feels like this map maybe needs some more fine-tuning. But hey, that's why we got those updates for.
Yeah, unfortunately, they decided to... The Mayans decided to build their temples out of bricks instead of, you know, just solid, smooth concrete. Really wish they, you know, thought about that. It'd make grenade clippings a lot better. Cyrix, dual Berettas up close, just gonna get cleared. Thanks for laughing at the joke. I appreciate it, Cole.
I'll laugh at that one. At least.
Look, I'm not the most humorous guy, all right? My humor is just pretty deadpan.
I'm a big fan of the self-deprecating humor, so, you know.
Okay. I'll try and come up with something later,
if it doesn't get any laughs, you know, then you comment on the lack of laughs. That's a win in my book.
Okay, gotcha.
You always have a second chance with those.
Yeah, I know. It's always... See, I can always make fun about the pity laugh, right? It's always the fallback. How to have infinite jokes. I think I've solved this one, Cole. When you say something unfunny...
Start a career in stand-up right there.
I really should. I don't think it would be that good, because most of my jokes would be, well, what we've just been talking about. 4-0 here for Fluffy AIMERS. I'll think about it, Cole. I'm working on it.
That could be your fallback. This casting thing doesn't work out, just hit up the comedy clubs. That'd be a pretty fun job.
Or pretty depressing, one or the other.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how good you are.
How good you are. Alright, but back in the saddle here. We're Unjustified. Working this mid-controlled.
Get on your head.
Get crops down, guys. Lake's gonna get the move on. Or it's jump up at the moment. Just the pressure, though. Fluffy AIMERS know they don't have that mid-control or B lane.
A lot of info spotted right there by Jason. I think he HE'd the smoke and then swung with it, but he only takes 25 HP and also says, hey, there's a lot of players, there's a lot of resources towards that mid side here that we are looking to avoid. So execution's on in towards A and they're right in doing so. The closest defender here is Cyrix playing a forward angle with the op. Yeah,
not blinded yet. No more flashes. Easy first kill and is able to fall back in towards Donut. There's a smoke in the hands of Peeping. That should go in on the right spot, but swinging before it blooms, Learcy will get punished. Nades to the smokes as well. No way you're getting that plant in. Well, he will. He will go down as a result, and Cyrix keeps hitting shots. And then eventually Dia runs out of ammunition. It will be Unjustified's first retake here on Ancient.
Impressive round right there rolling on out for Cyrix. I love the position that he starts off in, and He's able to find even more success thereafter. Okay.
Come on, guys.
Slow-mos are back. Perfect communication. But the position that Cyrix plays in is so effective. He can find the kills, he can fall back as well, and even this last kill, just a little extra flair. Definitely, I mean, a player that was given opportunities pretty early on, if you remember. We kind of joked about it in the pregame there with ATK and his like week-long stint there, but there was a reason as to why they were willing to go for it, take a chance on him, and that's because he does deliver.
Yeah, he is a talented opper, but I would say very up and down in terms of performances. Yeah, I think he had a really strong season of Advanced that just like he hard carried his team into what was ESEA Premier back then.
Yeah.
And well, now he's back. Horrible timing there for Peeping, pulling the molly, but Dia's got one back. I think Dia probably the most consistent opper in this server. 19 years old and hits every shot, but when you swing into Cyrix, no chance there. Eats the headshot, 3v3. Arcade back turn to the smoke as it fades, but switches out for an AK. We have a duel in our hands. Arcade doesn't really want to mess with that, though. He's out of there.
And look at this. Jason playing a very wise game. Again, taking that contact, but just staying alive. Doesn't overcommit on these fights, and that smoke just blooms in time here. Is Arcade going to dive past this, though, is the big question. It looks like he's interested in doing so. Jason,
wow.
Right on the other end, he doesn't expect it.
And he goes in for more, but runs out of ammo, but still stays standing. Gets away, gets a reload. 20 HP here for Learcy. It'll get in that bomb plant. And so, still going to have to be a retake here, despite the efforts from Arcade. A sacrifice. Gonna stick around outside of Temple. Now he's alone here in the clutch. Cyrix just charges forward. And no time to breathe there for Fluffy Aimers. There's another retake from Unjustified.
We'll bring another one into the server there. Safe and sound. Again, some of these timings here just brutal. Peeping, whipping out that utility. But always keeping things competitive here on the side of Fluffy Aimers. Battling back and forth here. It's Arcade with the difference-making play, I feel like, at least. Diving through that smoke, especially early into these playoff matches here, looking like he's not scared of anything, diving through into the action like that. That is confidence shown out on the server.
Yeah, seeing a lot of brazen play, so... You know, I think it's a good note for Unjustified that they're still very much about their wits in terms of their play style. You're staying true to it. And while I will say it's certainly a risk from Arcade, it is the last thing you expect when walking through the smoke in a 3v3.
Sometimes risks are required here to give you that extra advantage if you play too respectful in these playoff matches. Find yourself down and out, and honestly, that maybe leads into some discussion as of yesterday here. So what happened when they just get battered by a team like PA? Maybe some discussion being had here. Some more confidence need to be manufactured here from Unjustified. Look at this confidence from the Lake.
Second name.
AGs.
Oh, that's cool. Drop the AGs here in the red room. A double swing prepare, but an HE right back. And it's gonna hurt. Cool, nifty setup, but doesn't work out. Now Cyrix just lets go of the angle, and he misses. He's toast here for sure, but he gets away into Temple. But there's a second missed shot. It's brutal here on the site for Unjustified. Things are not coming together on the individual front. It's a save.
I mean, so incredibly infuriating right there. That double up on the HE is such a cool setup, but when you go for the aggression, when you go for the peak and you get met by an HE, it just immediately stops your forward motion. Look at this. They are so confident to swing forward, but that HE is a wake-up call. It's that reality check, and then Cyrix, tough miss right there. And the follow-up. And that's going to hurt your confidence. Missing out on a couple of those tough duels here. We do got to fight towards the tail end there. They're hunting aggressively, but they will find both kills. Nothing saved at all for the side of Unjustified.
Ow. It's like... That's some really tough stuff. Unjustified, they had the chances right there. It's like Cyrix, 2 missed shots. I mean, to think if just even the first one connects, he gets to put his barrel in the direction of the whole donut push. And, well, he's going to miss out on that opportunity. Unjustified at least still in with the purchase, but Lake taking a beating early on, but a good pop flash, but Wolffe's not going to take it to the house, at least just yet. Learsey takes a boatload of utility to the face. And here's a swing to be had, and Lake is going to win the fight despite the low HP.
That's up to Cyrix here. He has to defend on this A side, but just going to play behind the smoke instead. Look to blow it open with this HE, underhanding it. Does he have vision? Not quite, but he has just enough to take care of Jason.
Just gets the spot, and just barely. Bomb gets planted, but really at what cost? No space here on the site for Fluffy AIMERS. And so as the smoke fades, oh, Peeping's gonna find a double to get him back in the round. He's heating up right now, but maybe overheating. Playing out from behind the default box, he'll go down easy, but a lineup from Sacrifice. Fortunately, a trade there from Wolffe to keep Unjustified sane here. But Fluffy AIMERS almost pulled that one back.
Wow. Absolutely sick right there. What a lovely attempt coming through from Peeping and Sacrifice. The lineups on the spray downs. Just not enough in the tank here. Again, another really good round. Cyrix so effective from his donut position. As you can see, this late round play right now, if you're Sacrifice, you just want to land that last transfer, that last little bit. But not going to find it.
So, you do need to calm the nerves down here a little bit. The money is bottomed out for the CT end, and Fluffy AIMERS know that they're on the brink of a reset. And they certainly have the individuals to do it. I think, you know, a round like that definitely like gets the stress levels going. Blood boils when Peeping finds a double inside of spawn. If Peeping maybe didn't even go for the full overheat there on the site, maybe trying to play a crossfire with his teammates, maybe there's a safer way to play it, and Fluffy AIMERS could have given themselves better opportunities. Learsey, though, just full sends through the molly and jumps into another one. Oh, boy. Peeping's gonna burn his teammate.
Same team. Walking right into the Molotov right there, but Dia has something. Somehow managed to make some magic happen. Threads the needle and gets out of dodge. Lake, all he can do is shrug his shoulders, say sorry, Arcade, right there. He misses his chance to help out his roster, his teammate. And they're going to really press in on a potential A-side split here. But this little mid-round aggression right now could be good. They hear the footsteps.
It could be horrible, though, for Lake. You see, he has to turn his attention between Red Room and bottom middle. Now, Cyrix, though, inside a donut. Not good enough for a double. Trade instant from Jason. And a 2 versus 3 retake on the cards. The thing is that Dia is low and very far away from this play. There's an isolated fight on the Jason, but he will make the escape into Jonut. I say that. He gets stuck on the wall while blind. Sacrifice now. He can't hold on. Dia now making the late activation on the flank, and Seb recognizes it. A 2 versus 3 retake from Unjustified.
So confident, so comfortable as well right there in the late retakes here on Justified. Closing out a lot of tough rounds, a lot of tough positions. With both economies here on a knife's edge, and Learsey just plops straight on in. We're glad we got that one back. Of course we do. Wouldn't miss it for the world here, Lake.
Yeah.
That's some tough timing. Just as soon as he gets peeked.
Yeah, I think he's just preparing to make the full 180 and turn around.
Right.
And, oh, they're walking out bottom middle. Even then, despite all that, a solid 2 versus 3 retake. I think Unjustified recognizing the weakness in those post-plant setups. You can see that each individual is kind of fragmented. So Fluffy AIMERS missed their opportunity for a full financial reset. Now Unjustified back in the game. Taking steps forward. Wolffe looking for a wide swing out of cave. But nothing to be given here from Fluffy AIMERS just yet. Instead, it's going to go towards middle. But Lake plays the off angle, Jason unaware.
So they pick off there. Sacrifice. Ooh,
was
I did that.
Did Sacrifice have a deagle?
I think he did.
I think that was through the wall.
Just had a little bit of a wall bang there. Yeah, Peeping gonna grab that deagle. And look to use it against him as well here. And, well, it's mighty fine. Deagle able to find a lot of headshots right there. Another one on the Lake, and now we got a 3v3.
Anything else? Cyrix is also gonna push forward. Oh boy. It wasn't necessarily a clean kill, but he'll take that MP9 to the house and clean out middle. But some nice 1-Deeks there from Peeping, showing that he's still in the server.
Man. Gonna win one hell of a fight here. There are no easy, comfortable rounds whatsoever for Unjustified. Doesn't matter the situation that they're in. There's always a little bit of flair coming through. But they are tying things up here. We're back to 5s on the board here. Another timeout used here by Fluffy AIMERS. So both teams kind of chugging through some of these timeouts early in this first half. You can tell how much it means for them. Want to set the tone. Establish that control here. Make sure that things don't get too far out of the picture.
Yeah, Fluffy AIMERS had a huge opportunity to just run away with this game on the T side, but a ton of retakes so far from Unjustified have really nullified that. All things said, that's actually been a consistent theme. Like against Take Flight just last night, those guys were able to pull off so many inferno retakes versus Fluffy AIMERS. And nearly every single round. That was the first round that Justified have won that wasn't a bomb defusal. Crazy as that is.
That's wild. Finding themselves so much on these bomb plants. At least it'll always give them some good purchase here, but a little peek forward there. Almost two found, and that's that follow-up coming through from Lake. So a 2-for-1 trade, and this suffocating control from Unjustified continues to be a theme here, giving them advantages early.
I really like that. Breaking the default, making sure, you know, if you're spread out across the map, you know, you're playing 2 players B lane, we're going to bring 2 players to bring the fight to you. Excellent stuff, and Lake just takes some steps forward. He wants individual fights. He gets them. What an individual performance we're seeing here from Unjustified Gaming. First, a really well-timed crunch over towards B lane. Next up, a rock-solid A-side hold.
Yeah, I mean, it's both individual, but also the double swings coming through. They're in position just to trade there. So you see Wolffe finds himself a kill and change right there. Lake's right behind him to defend it, and this is where the individual front comes through. Just great rifling coming through from Lake to follow up off that success. So they're starting to build those foundations even better here. Could close out this half in their favor if they get 7.
Let's see now, speeding through. Fluffy AIMERS trying to maybe beat them with pace, a group and go tight strategy, but Seb holds the line, beats the Mac 10, and even hears the footsteps of the next, so Cyrix certainly prepared.
I'll lose out on an early duel here. Sacrificing the UC for the space. Creation here, but look at this Cyrix. Oh wow, great flash right there to ensure Peeping safety. And a movement in towards Donut with 3 here. It is just going to be Lake on another defense.
Ooh, it's messy as well. He couldn't get the clean kill he was looking for. And Cyrix will add to that. And Wolffe even cleaning up the tail end. 2 versus 5 here. Cyrix will connect another shot. Patience here from Unjustified's pays as they run a spree of 5 rounds to lock down this half. And we are back. Unjustified. Just lock in for 5 consecutive rounds. They feel individually on point. And now they're looking to take this one to the house versus Fluffy AIMERS. A fine job with extra McHenry. We're just going to take this one straight to the A site. No worries about this one. No defaults and none of that. Straight brawls. Arcade leading the charge. Turns his crosshairs to Jason and then sacrifice next in line. Quick bomb plant here for Unjustified.
They're just looking to carry forward that momentum here into the next. Peeping, looking to take a retake here, but they just won't be able to get it. Arcade locking it down with a USB. Gonna find themselves on a surely an 8th, and then that streak will continue into the next half.
Yeah, this is a really nice game so far from Unjustified, and then Arcade just turns. I mean, he had the shadow disadvantage against him. Like, his opponent knew exactly where he was, and he still found the kill. Like, it's just nothing can go wrong here for Unjustified on this map. Dia will get some exits, I suppose, with Leersey, but eventually losing out there. 8-5 right now for Unjustified, just a couple rounds away here for Fluffy AIMERS, and that really begs the question, are we going in for any risk-taking here? We'll have to see. We'll have to wait until after the replay.
Tough start right here to the second half. Arcade playing one hell of a round, though. Fantastic. We'll finish for him, and they will go for a little bit of risk here. Leersey actually getting that kit there, so bringing that one into this round from the last, at least. Could be interesting, but just
always
again, running back towards the A side. Why not?
Rule number 1 of ecos, guys. Always buy smoke kit, and you never know.
Never know.
You really never know.
Have fallen out of this style recently, but they're back.
I mean, to be honest, with new smokes, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of ninja diffuses.
Yeah.
We've lost an art, Cole. We have lost an art form.
Still do it. You just have to play in the competitive mode.
You just have to play in...
Your enemies do not really shoot back that well.
Yeah. Maybe that's Unjustified right now. There's not a lot of shooting back here from Fluffy AIMERS. Obviously, because it's the full eco. Wow, I'm really smart. But Unjustified up 4 rounds right now. And 4 away. Just waltzing through Fluffy AIMERS' arguably best map this season.
So far, again, just hit a bit of a wall at the moment. What we're seeing right now. Struggling to fight forward here. Up against this efficient Unjustified. Just coming through with some adaptations in that first half. They're locking in a really strong defense. Winning some really tough rounds in a row. Arcade. We've already seen 2 rounds in a row, just back to back. A aggression. Look at this conditioning here.
Wow.
Fluffy AIMERS for the first gun run saying, you're not going to do this again, and then they're going to get their confirmation that it is going to be another A-side play with these 2 smokes right here.
That's some really nifty stuff from Arcade. Like, perfect lineups for inside of Donut and to threaten that A site. Ollie probably doesn't go exactly where he wanted it to, especially with back a triple, wide swing in, but Wolffe gets the entry with the MAC-10. Pop flash through here for Leersey, but Seb's prepared. Now Jason next up at bat to swing, but it's 1 by 1 here for Unjustified. Bomb plant will go through, and Jason begins to close the gap. Up close, but loses his teammate in Dia. Now Peeping has to reveal his position too. We'll get the 1 on the Seb, but hands his back over to Wolffe and Lake. The bonus round now goes the way of Unjustified.
It just feels like they have this string of rounds that they're ready to call out. Back-to-back A plays. It gets 3 players so much resources for Fluffy AIMERS in this direction. Arcade sells the fake beautifully as well. And then they have such a free and clear B bomb site here because you have to play behind the utility. You have to play behind the execution there. One was forward, one was back, and they couldn't coordinate whatsoever. So Fluffy AIMERS finding themselves in the hole right now.
Oof. And you can maybe see the mentality with some force buys coming through. Dia, FAMAS, half armor, MP9, head armor. but it's a good start. That FAMAS will put in work versus Arcade. At bottom middle, it's going to spur forward an immediate execute. And Lyrcy's going to feel the heat. And now the dual Berettas of Jason do find success, but quickly short-lived as the bomb plant goes in. Deep control established and tons of utility still available for the T's.
Just gonna dive in for some good pose plans, playing out towards long and continuing to recycle the smoke in CT, so they're just gonna have to wait so patiently behind this utility right now. I'm just gonna continue to tick against them.
And a great molly. No kits, keep in mind, as well. Like, these kills all just have to be instant. And Lake tucking away in the corner, just kind of playing off the contact here. Jiggle peek, and Seb mows down both cave players. Nothing held on to here by the remainder of Fluffy Aimers. 11 rounds to Unjustified. They're just gonna take the pistol round and slingshot themselves to a dominant map win.
Fantastic. On there again, 3v3. Just keep the composure so well. Contact taken, never much panic in this Unjustified roster. So composed. Once they finally take that site here. Will they just be coasting to the finish line right now? Is the question. The spree of rounds continues here for Unjustified. They do not slow down whatsoever. Flawless in the second half so far.
And this could feel a bit brutal. We're gonna see the same smokes tossed in here from Arcade. But this time around, folks, there's about to be 4 players walking right behind it. But I love this. I love it's just so many mix-up here from Unjustified. It's a fake.
Just the string of calls here. Rolling on out for Unjustified. Getting those down consistently, you're going to start to feel like that's that B-side play off the back of that. You've seen this before here. And last time, it was a half-hearted execute with just one man. This time, there's 4 right around that corner.
Yeah, Jason's going to try and step forward in front of it, and he'll be able to. The smoke's not perfect. Or maybe it is a Lyrcy flashbang, though, will keep him alive. Seb also doesn't quite register the shoulder there. Now Lyrcy pushing it at Temple as well will shut down Arcade, and there will be no bomb plant here. As Dia and the rest of the rotates arrive to the scene, a little too slow off the jump there from Unjustified.
Also very prepared right there. This kill, I think, could determine a whole lot. Flake finds it. 5v4 there. Seb also having to cover multiple angles and peeping. If he doesn't have the faith that his teammates are actually defending that A bomb set, he might not be able to turn his attention away from the side execute there. And Fluffy AIMERS able to manage. Stop the momentum here of Unjustified. Slow them down. But do they have much more left in the tank here? Those off-spawn calls, the mental games that we've seen from Unjustified have been so effective, but finally something goes wrong here. And how do they pick up the pieces from that point?
All boost up. It's an AK doing that. I mean, insane game being played there by Lake. And lucky not to go down to Dia's AWP to start this one. Walk up middle here, off angle being played by Jason. We'll just get smoked out completely. What's the move here? Walking up middle right now, close to the smoke. Arcade. Oh, he's gonna walk through. Or at least wait for the fade. Just around the edge of the smoke here. Oh my goodness, Jason, hello there. He will get the kill, but very much trapped and locked into combat here. Jason, he's going down. Lake's got him before the flash pops. Man advantage Unjustified.
Just about catches that kill right there perfectly in his hands. As a flash does. Land in his face. Lyrcy with the good aggression down towards this B side. He's going to continue that aggression as well. So he's going to call in some extra resources to maintain the space on A, but sacrifices angles are so tricky.
It could be trickier for him. Yeah, surely this gets cleared, right? They won't. One kill, but Wolffe spins for the next. Dia, he even got a chance before the smoke bloomed. That could have been devastating, but a man advantage held on to here. Oh, and nearly a wall bang from Dia, but just not the kill. That's all that mattered there. And he'll go down as well. Devastation here for Fluffy AIMERS as Unjustified are on map point.
We'll just gotta chase that kill. As well, they won't manage to make it work. So effective on the trades. Like, big frag right there to find. It was a good play. It was a good idea from Jason. Just not enough. And again, Dia trying to be a hero there, but tanking it with 11 HP. Cyrix swinging for the fences there.
That was so close to a headshot as well.
That would have been just devastating. It would have disrupted that position as well. I mean, Wolffe was making his way back towards Donut, so if the bomb goes down, he's the next man for the job here. But already an opening duel here, one out for both camps, in fact, and they're just going to run it in towards B.
Oh, that's devastating. Again here for Fluffy Aimers. They put all their chips into middle, and they lose their solo B anchor, but that's the bomb dropped. Sacrifice at least gives something here for Fluffy Aimers. And have to call back extra players. More utility needed to reclaim the space, reclaim access to the bomb, and Sacrifice helps that again. Wolffe's gonna drop in a smoke to try and at least establish a cross into the site, but so much time being burnt here, and Wolffe's he's just not gonna pick it up. Like, we gotta go. Flank developing here from Jason. And this is not being watched whatsoever. You just took way too long to get this activated. Got the opening pick, but now collapsed in upon. Wolffe will at least get one here in the 1v4, but completely wallbanged out of it.
It's surprising right there. You have a huge panic in Unjustified with so much space granted to them here. They don't realize the amount of ground that they do have, but this is, you know, a bit of a questionable move right here. You have utility to use to recover that bomb, or at least ensure some safe passage in towards that B side. And yeah, that's the sort of situation there where you just need to be making sure you're dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's right there, and making sure every detail is according to plan. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in that sort of panic like they just did. A lifeline granted to them. Look at this utility damage as well.
Oh boy. But a good trade at least. Coming through from Cyrix, so maybe the utility damage worth it at the end of the day. Learsey alone in cave and pulling pins. Oh, peeping around the edge of this smoke. Wolffe's gonna sneak up on him. Oh, and he's gonna win the fight as well. Find the headshot, and huge parts of this map open up now. And Wolffe even goes in again to drop the donut player. This man is relentless here in middle and wants to end this map.
End it quickly here. They're gonna try and make it on towards this A side, but Diaz stuck behind the smoke. Has enough vision to take down Arcade, though.
Trying to sell some presence. Seb just goes for the fake plant. Okay, now the committal as he has teammates to back him up. But look at the swing here from Dia. He wants to get in front of this. He wants to make sure that there's still a chance for Fluffy Aimers. Taking so many risks, but eventually has to bail. Established into the post plant. A reflash in as well, but that's the last grenade here for Fluffy Aimers on the retake. It will have to be raw fragging here. All three players are Unjustified, playing from Donut. Dia making his way out from the temple side. Vision onto Wolfffe. First kill is good, but Seb with an instant trade. Now it's a 1v2. Round the site, Seb just plays a ring around the rosy, and he's gonna lock in the map. Unjustified. It looked a little shaky yesterday, getting absolutely blown out of the water by Party Astronauts. It's a different look today.
Yeah, I mean, what a great look it is as well. Unjustified putting in one hell of a fight there, winning those rounds round after round there, leading in some momentum.